Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi fellas, welcome back to my video. My name is Adhwa Najmah. In this video, I will review a novel book. The title is Sun by Lowry. Sun is the final book in the Giver Quartet by Lowry. Sun is probably recommended for girl and guy 15 and up to interest level, and early defense. So now let's read the synopsis. They called her Water Claire. When the young girl washed up on the beach, none of them knew she was pregnant. Claire has a son. She should have forgotten about it, but that was impossible. When she was taken from their community, she knew she had to follow suit. And that's how his journey began. But here, in his hurricane-stricken village, Claire was recommended as one of their own. In the safety of his new home, she is free and loved. She grew stronger, even though she was seduced by the warmth of human kindness more than she had ever known. She couldn't stay. His son is out there, a young man now. Claire will stop at nothing to find her son, even if it means trading his own life. Okay, and that's the synopsis. Quite honestly, not much happens. Claire leaves her original community to find her son, lose her memory, get it back, climbs a mountain, and then we're led to a rather sad conclusion. The first part of the book, where Claire is still in the community, is nothing new to those who have read The Giver, but it was fun to read about events we already know about through the eyes of the new character. The second half, when Claire loses her memory, is dull. The seaside village she finds herself isn't sinister or especially oppressive. The part where she climbs the mountain at least wasn't nearly as long and boring as I was expecting, but overall nothing happens. There's a potential for a lot to happen, but it never does. I would never say that the story are character driven, and Sun is no exception. While I didn't mind Claire as a protagonist, and I like Gabe well enough. And Gabe is her son, Claire. I also didn't especially care about them. I was willing to follow them along through their adventures. But whether they live or die, it wasn't going to affect me emotionally. But I did actually form something of an attachment to Aenir, and I'm not entirely sure why. She just had a nice personality, some depth, and was a quiet sort. I was glad to the Threadmaster come back as the villain. He creeped me out in Messenger, and I lamented that he wasn't in it more. He's still creepy, and I still lament that he wasn't more of a presence, especially since he ended up being so important. He's one of those villains that it seems he ought to have been present in all 4 books, rather than just 2. For writing style is simplistic but pleasant. It's probably the style that keeps me reading. As I've said, nothing happens in this book, and yet it still somehow holds my interest, and I have to admit that I like it. And the conclusion is it could have been so ominous, so exciting and scary, but it wasn't. It was at a steady pace, very simple, just like the rest of the book, and yet despite the lack of engaging plot, I still like this book. There's something appealing about the words, even if they're really not all that ominous. And that's my review about Sun by Lowry. And then, thank you and sorry for any mistake. And see you in next video. Bye. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.